It's like Christmas Eve for these anglers, guys. 273 days ago, we crowned our 2017 Classic champ, Andy and Scott. I know those guys would be hungry to get back at it again. Qualifier 1 is on Big Rideau Lake. It's going to be an iffy tournament. We've been here before at this exact time of year. The fish are kind of indifferent. They're not set up. Those deep smallies that guys love to fish, not set up right yet. Some guys are catching them, some guys aren't. The largies, post-spawn. You all know what big largies do post-spawn. Tricky to find, but when you find one, she's going to be a good one. So it's going to be a really interesting tournament. We'll get into, it's kind of what happened the last time, and we'll go from there. So the real challenge with Big Rideau at this time of year is, if you're going to rely on largemouth, the weeds aren't up yet. We've had a really late spring, cold water. We're probably 5 degrees colder water than we would normally at this time of year, and we're dealing with post-spawn. So the post-spawn challenge is those largemouth kind of go in a funk for a couple weeks after spawning, because they spawn later this year because of our cold spring. You're going to be tricky to rely on those green ones, but some guys always figure them out. So last time on Big Rideau at this exact week, 2 years ago, the tournament was won with 19.1 pounds of smallmouth by Charles Sim and Nigel Toohey. Interesting thing about that tournament, to crack the top 10, just under 18 pounds. They think it's going to be tough. It wasn't tough last time because they whacked on them. Even down to 50th place was like 14 pounds. So classic contention, and that's what this is all about to these guys. You can make or break your season in one tournament. You need to have, I'm going to guess, and I'm not big on predictions, but you're going to need 13 to 14 pounds to maintain pace to stay in that classic hunt. If you're a fantasy player this weekend, I know we don't have RBT fantasy, not yet, but if you were, here's some guys that I'd really keep an eye on this weekend. Who can deny Lenny DeVos and Jeff Delage on any Rideau Lake? Last time there, they struggled a little bit, but I bet you there's some redemption in those guys' minds. Charles Sim, Nigel Toohey. Nigel's not back. Matt Wolfgram's with Charles this year. Charles knows that lake as good as anybody. He's had large success there over the years. We've got Kenny Dagenet and Kerry Kluche back on Renegade this year. Those guys have had great success on that lake before. I could go down the list. There's so many guys that could win this tournament. Matt Massey's had 2 top 10s there in the last 2 times we were there. It's anybody's game this weekend. It's going to be an awesome tournament. If you want to check it out, come out to the weigh-in. We're at Rideau Ferry Harbor at 4:15 on Saturday. If you can't make it down to the weigh-in, Facebook Live on the Renegade Bass Tour Facebook page. You can watch it all on there. We'll be starting that live feed at 4:15.